Hello everyone. We continue with Chapter 3, Part 7. I stuffed the letter into my shirt, double-checked to make sure it wouldn't fall out, and then opened up the map. This is my chance. I have to do a good job. According to this map, it looks like I have a ways to go. I'd better hurry or it's going to be evening by the time I get there. I should run. Even without the desire to arrive before evening, I likely would have run anyway. I was far too excited to walk. Thanks to Hijikata's map, I found my way to Tenma without incident, although evening had come by the time I arrived. I'd been told earlier that Saito had taken a room under the name Yamaguchi. After a short wait, the receptionist directed me to his room. Yamaguchi, sorry to bother you." "Oh, you," said Saito. One of his eyebrows shifted up fractionally in response to my presence. Although he'd likely been expecting the letter, I was somewhat less predictable, having only been assigned the task earlier that day. "I'm sorry you got someone as inexperienced as me," I said. No, you misunderstand," said Saito. "I was only surprised. I expected to receive new orders soon, but I didn't think you'd be the one to deliver them." "Right. Well, I asked if there was anything I could do to help, and this was it." Well, I can see his thinking. It's a good plan. One of our regulars would have drawn undue attention to this location. The captains are too recognizable and too valuable. New members might not be noticed, but how can we know where their true loyalties lie? You, on the other hand, can move unnoticed, and your loyalty is beyond question. Hijikata made an excellent choice." "Oh, thank you." There was something very pleasant about being told I was trustworthy. The letter?" said Saito. "Oh, of course." I pulled out the letter and handed it over. He tore it open and read it over quickly, then lit it on a nearby lantern and watched patiently until it was nothing more than ash. Saito?" "Yamaguchi." Right. Are you sure it was okay to burn it?" "I've read it. I know what it says. Why should I leave it intact to be intercepted?" "Oh, of course." Thank you for delivering this letter. Good work." "Oh, well, just doing my job. No need for thanks." I certainly hadn't done anything very impressive. Anyone could have done it, but it did feel nice to be thanked. After all, I had done just what was asked of me, and I hadn't messed anything up. I was rather proud of myself. Now that the job was done, though, I wasn't quite sure what I should do next. And I have a choice here to either return immediately or stay and talk. And I think it's pretty obvious that it would be a wise choice to return immediately and not delay. It occurred to me that Hijikata had hardly been in a sunny mood when he'd given me the letter. If I dawdled after delivering it, that mood was extremely unlikely to improve. "All right, I'm heading back. This took a bit longer than I'd expected, so I need to hurry." "Of course, be careful," said Saito. I went back the same way I'd come, but by the time I returned to the Shinsengumi compound, the sun had set completely. I hoped I wasn't too late. Hopefully Hijikata wouldn't be too mad. I'm back. Oh, come in, said Hijikata. Right. The moment I stepped through the door, I could tell he was in a foul mood. The very air was heavy with it. Sorry. What, did you lose the letter? Or did you not even make it there? You got lost, I knew it. No, of course not. I got there just fine, and I gave Saito the letter. Good. Then why did you apologize just now? Oh, well, you looked really upset. I thought you were mad that I'd taken so long. As he sighed, I saw the tension in his shoulders ease just a little bit. No, I'm not mad at you. Oh, really? It may surprise you to learn that I have many other things to think about besides you. Yes, right. Did something bad happen? Yeah, a lot of bad things. You know, we've been having some trouble within the Shinsengumi, but things are starting to get dicey with the people up above us too. You're practically one of us, so I might as well tell you there are rumblings that something might happen to the shogunate. If the shogunate's position changes, then so does Aizu's position in Kyoto, and eventually that trickles down to us. What's going to happen? Well, unfortunately we won't know until it does. Of course, it's not like me worrying about it is going to do anyone any good. I can make some educated guesses and prepare the Shinsengumi for some things, but perhaps it was because he'd never been so open with me before, but I'd never thought about just how much Hijikata did for the Shinsengumi. The Shinsengumi's fate was his fate, and his decisions could steer it to glory or destruction. It was an unimaginably heavy burden to someone like me. Is there anything else I can do to help? What, running off to Tenma wasn't enough for you? If the Shinsengumi is in a rough spot, then please, I just want to help. I want to be useful. His scowl deepened, but he said nothing. Please, Hijikata? I bowed down until all I could see was the floor. Please, I'm begging you. I bent down as far as I could. He had to. Damn. I heard him move and felt something touch my chin. I opened my eyes to see his fingers under my chin, warm and dry. He lifted my face up until I was looking straight into his eyes. He was so close that I could feel his breath. You say you want to help? Yes. Do you think it's wrong for you to think that? No. Do you want this for selfish reasons? No. I mean, it's not like I want to make a name for myself or something like that. You've all risked your lives to protect me over and over. I just want to give you something back. Then don't bow so easily. You believe you're right. Why should you bow if you think you're right? Yes. If you believe something, then don't ever bow or yield. Hold your head high and walk tall. You won't win if you don't keep your eyes on the prize. Yes. I looked back at him with all the composure I could muster. I want to help. If there's anything I can do, please let me do it. Fine. He gave a quick smile and returned to where he'd been sitting when I came in. If you want to help so much, go make me some tea. said Hijikata.
Yes.
The fate of the Shinsengumi rests on this tea. Don't screw it up.
Yes, sir. Leave it to me.
And we just had another flurry of cherry blossom petals. Unable to hide my smile, I leapt up and bounded out of the room. Just before I was out of earshot, I heard Hijikata mumble to himself, "What's going to happen to us now?" The Shinsengumi, once solid, now wavered. What would happen to them? What would happen to the Fury Corps? Men were forced to watch as their friends became the undead monsters known as Furies. Was it any wonder that they found themselves conflicted or that tempers began to rise? Several days later, the order was given to begin the imperial restoration. The emperor would be restored to power and his court would once again rule the nation. The position of shogun would be abolished and Kyoto's military and judiciary commissioner positions would be eliminated. All that the Shinsengumi had fought for and believed in was falling to pieces.